Welcome Canada and the U.S. Welcome Ann Arbor, Michigan. My name is Connie Kaldor, and the rest of this gang here is my family band. We're just one accordion shy of a tour through the Legion Halls of Canada. Welcome, and welcome to our Saint Jean Baptiste show. This is actually a holiday in Quebec, La Saint Jean, the Saint John Baptist, or La Saint Jean Baptiste, we call it. Baptiste means because most people just get drunk and sing loudly in the streets during this time. And so we're gonna actually just do half of that. We're just gonna sing loudly in our home and welcome you to Quebec here. Welcome you to Quebec. And we wanted to start off with a song that came out of three things. You always wonder, why does a song come from? And does it just come from boredom? Okay, that's a lot of songs come from that. Does it come from, a great and overreaching purpose? Yes, some of them come from that. Most of them come from the previous. Boredom is the father of invention. Anyway, this song came from three things. One, I have a friend, Hélène Choignet-Shields, who is a wonderful friend who loves to tidy whenever she comes over. We all need friends like that, and my house definitely needs a tidy. Anyway, she called me up and said, Connie, why don't you write something about house cleaning? Because nobody ever writes about cleaning and housework. And that's really important, and I would like you to write a song about that. And I was just flattered that she would think I could write about something I knew so little about. But I put it in the back of my mind, okay, I'm going to try to write a song about housework. So that was one thing, one little key. The second key was that my friend of mine got dumped after 20 years and several kids and was told that she hadn't contributed enough. I know, we're not going to get into that. There's songs about that later. 3, I was sitting there and I was, I think it was on Facebook or something. I was watching some ad, and there was, I think it was an ad for pension funds or something like that. And the quote was, the question was, with a question mark, what does your life add up to? What does your life add up to? And I thought to myself, okay, I'll tell you what my life adds up to. And that started this song. 1,000 meals, 1,000 dishes, how many birthday cakes, 1,000 hugs, 1,000 kisses, 1,000 small mistakes, 1,000 wiping down the tables and pushing in the chairs, 1,000 baskets barely carried, heavy up the stairs, God knows how many washes and folds, and picking ups and tucking ins and colds, not the things that make you money or a household name, not the kind of things that get you ahead in the game. They are the everyday moments, the ones that scatter, but they're the ones that matter. You can do it, 1,000 don't do that, 1,000 take your boots off and don't forget your hats, 1,000 picking ups, dropping offs and cheering when they play, 1,000 getting home from work and getting groceries on the way, God knows how many Legos and blocks and playing catch and matching up socks, not the things that make you money or a household name, not the kind of things that get you ahead of the game. They are the everyday moments, the ones that scatter, but they're the ones that matter. Late night, weary times, wiping tears from your eyes, all the early morning alarms will never know the kind of things that get you ahead in the game. They are the everyday moments, the ones that scatter. They're the ones that matter. They're the ones that matter. Thank you. Of course, I'm delighted to be playing on a holiday here in Quebec. I don't get hired to play any of the Saint-Jean these things because, you know, my French is limited. Oh, you're supposed to comment on Facebook because I should introduce everybody. This is Paul, the producer of my albums and co-producer of my children. And this is one of those, Alexis Campagne in the back, and Gabriel Campagne is on this. He'll be singing. He does it all. There he is. There's the man behind the tech here. He's reading the comments and he's changing the cameras and stuff. What? He wants comments because he's getting bored here. He's heard me a million times. He doesn't want to hear anymore. So this song is perfect because it's really the summer. These are the first days of official summer. And I know it's been a rather unusual winter, difficult, hard. You've seen a lot of the inside of somewhere. You've had your masks on, you've been social distancing, you've been getting your groceries by people delivering, you've been washing your hands, you have sanitized your hands 1,000 times in the last year. But here we are, in these wonderful, glorious days of summer, and I'm just imagining that you're there maybe with your window open, or maybe you're out in the back deck, maybe you're watching me on your phone, maybe you're sitting there with a beer in your hand, a lovely glass of lemonade, some sun-iced tea, and I'm there and I'm just imagining you rolling up your pants in the sun to kind of get that sun on the bottom of your legs for the first time in a very long while. Because this is the time when we're supposed to be laid back. But you know what? They don't let you be laid back. No, the minute you lie in that zero-gravity chair, you look out on your deck or your yard, and some part of you says, what am I doing lying here? I should be building a small little garden. That's what I should be doing. I should be getting a garden. I should have been starting those little bedding plants earlier. I could have had tomatoes growing here. I've got to be making a little garden on my balcony. I should have a little garden in my backyard. I should be making little boxes, getting out the wood there. I know the wood costs a lot of money, but I should have been doing it and getting the dirt and putting that in. What was I thinking? Just sitting here enjoying myself. I should have been cutting little flowers. I should have been out there. I should have been making a little library in the front, like give away books even in the time of a pandemic. What was I thinking? I should be making my own masks. That's what I should be doing. I shouldn't be buying all those masks. What was I thinking? I should be getting out my old curtains and cutting them up, just like in Gone with the Wind. I'd be cutting out my curtains, not to make a dress, but to make masks for everybody in my family. I could line them, I get the little elastic, I could put them around. What was I thinking? Just sitting here enjoying myself. I should be out there doing things. I should be building things. I should be getting stuff. I could be making my own stuff. I should be making my own ice cream because I'm out of ice cream, but I don't want to go to the store because that's going to be very crowded on the weekend. I should be just sitting here enjoying myself. What am I sitting here enjoying myself? What was I thinking? I should be doing things. I should be volunteering. I should be online. I should be having Zoom meetings. What am I sitting here just enjoying myself, listening to music that's just fun and it's just happy and it's just making me happy? What was I thinking? Making me happy? Is that what made this country great? I should be starting an e-business. That's what I should be doing. I should be starting an e-business. I could be selling all my little masks on Etsy. That's what I should be doing instead of just sitting here enjoying myself. Is that what made this country great? I should be doing things. I should be blogging. I should be talking about my life. I should be talking about my zero-gravity chair. What was I thinking? So not only is it going through this long list of things you just know you should be doing, all the homemade clothes you should be making, all the kombucha you should be baking in the backyard, all of your, somebody, just sitting in there thinking that you should be out there squeezing the gluten out of some cake right now, making it ready for your neighbors. What were you thinking? Just sitting here enjoying yourself, the summer, the leaves, the flowers, the cool air coming in. Well, I just have one little word for you that if you start going through that long list of things you do just before you reach for that stuff, just before you start making that sourdough starter in your kitchen, I just have one little word, and that word is relax. Would you hurry? Why don't you slow down? Relax. What you worry? The world will still keep going around. little time. The way that you're living is a crime. You're in the rat race, you wanna be a winner, but you're treating your life like a TV dinner. You haven't had the time to take a walk in a while. You are a slave to your lifestyle. Relax, would you hurry? Why don't you slow down? Relax, won't you worry? The world will still keep going round, but you get yourself in a mighty big knot, thinking of the things that you haven't got. You're working so hard, you're running so fast. Well, the life that you're passing won't last. You haven't had the time to call a friend in a while. You are a slave to your lifestyle. Relax, would you hurry? Why don't you slow down? Relax, would you worry? The world will still keep going round. 'Cause what will you remember when it's all said and done? Life must be tasted. What will you remember when it's all said and done? You'll think of all the time that you should have wasted. Relax, would you hurry? Why don't you slow down? Relax, would you worry? The world will still keep going round. Just relax? Thank you. We're going to move over to the piano now, the traditional instrument of the prairies. This isn't a real prairie piano because it's a grand. It should be an upright with a doily on it. Actually, really, I'm missing doilies on this piano. I know they play better when they have doilies on the top.
Shrunk is watching from Taipei.
Where?
Taipei.
Taipei. Oh my goodness, I feel so international. Thank you for making me international. This is a very short song. It was written, I'm often thinking about what a year we've had, and this was written in the middle of last year. A friend of mine lost their mom, and he couldn't be there at the end for her because she had COVID. So this was, I don't know, I just felt like singing it tonight. I don't know why. If you were there, you'd just be telling her things that she already knows. How you really love her, as if she couldn't see what always shows. How you really love her. And all those moments will fill up her cup, fill it up to the brim. And all the words that you might add are like the refrain of a well-known hymn. If you were there, you'd just be telling her things that she knows all along. How she really loved you, how she was there through the right and the strong, how she really loved you. The love she gave will go with her to wherever she goes when she's gone. And the love she leaves is more than enough to get you through and help you carry on. If you were there, you'd just be telling her things that she already knows. How you really love her, how you really love her. Thank you. Okay, what's next? Oh, I got the list.
Prairie Moon.
Oh, this is a song about, it's all summer song. I guess I'm feeling really summery. And this is about kind of the heartland of prairie culture and dating and where people really meet in the prairies, how they manage to mate up. And it's really at the wedding. The wedding romance is a thing in the prairies. I grew up, treating every wedding with great respect. And it's you have to imagine, I don't know if you've been to the prairies, you have to imagine it's large, it has a large sky, it doesn't have much else going on in there, but if you were caught in the cycle of romance in the prairies, it would start with you being dumped, and then your friends try to cheer you up by inviting you to their wedding, and then you find yourself as the bridesmaid because you're coming from out of town, and so you're in the dress that her mother made that's in some color like fern or peach or something. They always have those strange names, and it's some unknown X-Files fabric with 3 layers. Every bridesmaid's dress in the prairies has 3 layers. It has a satiny kind of silky layer, and then a stiff netting layer, and then some lacy or kind of poofy layer over top, and sleeves or a little shawl or something like that. There's always 3 layers because I've determined that it's because of the needs of the physics of mating in the prairies. It's physics. It's not just chance and desperation like it is in the city. You're not swiping left. There's no left and right swiping in the prairies. It's up and down, and that's it. So there you are. You're in the dress. You're in the Legion Hall or the Knights of Columbus Hall, the church hall. They're all the same on the prairies. The only difference is the picture at the back of the stage. It's the Pope or the Queen. After that, they're all the same, and there's a kitchen at one end, and it's filled with, the United Church Ladies or the Lutheran Church Women or the, LCW or something like that. They're out there making the midnight luncheon. They'd be snapping those little jellied salads. I have to say, I've been trying to convince my sons to try jellied salads. I know, it's like, and they are just not going for it. I don't know what it is. Somehow that lime green jello with Kraft miniature marshmallows and fruit cocktail just doesn't do it for them. The tomato aspic rabbit, no. Although I did see something in my national newspaper about an aspic. I think the tide is turning back to the jellied salads. Soon it will be hip again to have a lobster-shaped salad in your... And I'll be ready because I'm from the prairies. I have my jello mold getting dusty in my cupboards right now, waiting for the big comeback. But... Are you going for it, Alexi? You're gonna, yeah.
You call them Jello molds?
They are jelly molds.
Jello molds?
Yeah, Jello. It's like it was essential. You used to have these recipes on the television. Boy, mix Jello and Kraft, Cheese Whiz and Cool Whip and chill, and then layer with maraschino cherries and chill.
This line Jello was missing? Stripped celery.
Yeah, that's stripped celery.
Shredded celery.
Yeah.
Shredded celery.
Not like chunks of celery, not some civilized shit. No. Shredded celery. The worst part of celery. The only part that they
It's tradition. It's tradition. I know there are some. My mother loves Jello. I think I might. I think I'm immune to it now. But this is part of my heritage. That and the Nanaimo bars and pierogies. But we won't get into that. Anyway, the midnight luncheon's there, and so I'm just trying to get it. And there's always a band. We'd be perfect. We're a family band. If we had an accordion, we could really pull it off. But we do have a fiddle player. And even though he is very sophisticated, he has his own wonderful career and he plays all this very lovely stuff. He still has something to fall back on should taste ever go out of favor. Should taste for music ever die, you have something to fall back on. Okay, that's good. There we go. Yeah, slightly out of tune, that would be really good. Oh, come on. How about the famous folk dancers of the prairies? Come on. Give us a fiddle tune. Come on, we've got to redeem ourselves. They're dancing at. You have to dance. Everybody dances at a prairie dance. now you're feeling your really at the Prairie Dance there. All those recovering prairie bridesmaids, if you're out there, no matter how sophisticated you are, you're right now longing for that butterfly. The nights on the prairies, even when the wind dies and the moon comes out and you can smell the sweet grass from the ditch. It's a magical time. You can blame it all on an old time tune heard across a field from afar. You can blame it all on that prairie moon and the night, the sky full of stars. Who needs a dream? Everybody. Those without hope need to. Life has enough sad little lessons that we must all go through. But tonight we can watch the sun go down, sky turn a crimson hue. If you feel a tug at the strings of your heart, and if that's unfamiliar to you, you can blame it all on an old time tune heard across a field from afar. You can blame it all on that prairie moon and a night with the sky full of stars. Who likes love? Everybody, except those who've lost a few. Nothing can empty the heart so fast as to find that your love's untrue. But whether your heart is empty or full, we all need a night like this. Time to dance, end of romance, and if you take a chance on a kiss, you can blame it all on an old time tune heard across a field from afar. You can blame it all on that prairie moon and a night with the sky full of stars. 'Cause who wouldn't choose to go back to the time that your heart was a symbol tune? Who wouldn't choose to go back to the night that you danced beneath an innocent moon? From afar, you can blame it all on that prairie moon. The night with a sky full of stars, and a night with a sky full of stars. Thank you. We have a show actually called Big Skies to Bridesmaids Dresses where we really go into great detail, and it comes with a cookbook and everything, but we will only give you a little taste of that tonight.
Someone open your heart.
This is, yeah, no, we have these friends, the sweetest, nicest people. And they are, it just seems like, I don't know what it is about the balance of, you know, right and wrong or good and evil or whatever in this world, but somehow why is it always the sweetest people that choose you have these friends and they come out, oh, I want you to meet my new boyfriend. You go, oh, okay. And you meet them and you go, inside you're going, no, stop, whoa, because instinctively, you know, this is not going to end well. But you say, oh, hi, nice to meet you, and I love your pit bull. But this is, of course, what makes great music. Bad choices make the best songs. What can I say? So this is for someone who... Sometimes love is not fair. Someone opened your heart and let the wind blow through. They rattle your bones like a broken fence. Someone opened your heart and then let the wind blow through. They scattered resolve and your common sense. They made a lie of the word true. Someone open your heart and let the wind blow through. And it's a cold wind. It's a wind that reminds you of all you don't know. And you struggle to close it, but there's nothing you can do. Someone open your heart and let the wind blow through. Someone opened your heart, let the wind blow through. They broke up your bed and they tore up your quilt. Someone opened your heart and let the wind blow through. They overturned all that you'd carefully built, and you just let them waltz in. You hadn't a clue they would open your heart and let the wind blow through. And it's a cold promising rain. It's a wind that reminds you again and again that you liked it at first, but like wild things do, they can open your heart and let the wind blow through.
Una furtiva lagrima negli occhi suoi spuntò. Quelle festose giovani invidiar sembrò. Che più cercando io vo', che più cercando io vo', mamma, sì, mamma, lo vedo, lo vedo.
Someone open your heart and let the wind Thank you. I'll introduce Gabriel Campagne. Alexis on the violin in the back there. That's the wind blow through. Thank you. Andromeda. This is an odd song. Well, they're all a bit odd, but this is. I had this song for many years and didn't quite know what to do with it. I'm a person who loves science. I love anything to do with space and the universe and black holes and constellations and. Which, when I come from the prairies, of course I've mentioned I come from the prairies, and you know, the skies are unbelievable at night. The stars are unbelievable. You can imagine anything there. And I think, you know, it's no surprise that I'm writing about constellations and Andromeda, our nearest galaxy, and because I loved grade 5. That was when we learned all about it for the first time. And I, you know, there's nothing really else going on after 9 o'clock in Saskatchewan other than that, so. And we were sitting around, Paul and I were sitting around in the kitchen, right in this house here, and we had just heard about Hatfield when a Canadian was up in the space station, and they were just talking about space, and to me it's just amazing. It's all, you know, maybe it's because I would sit as a child and imagine going there, and I love everything. I mean, it's, of course, Star Wars, and that hit. I watched it 100 times, but I think that the universe is just so extraordinary, and that for me, it makes me feel small and important at the same time. I don't know. So this is for all those science people out there, science lovers out there. I wonder what they're thinking in Andromeda tonight. Wonder if they think like me. They gaze through the star of Andromeda. Think about their closest galaxy. 'Cause there are more stars in the universe. There are grains of sand, and the distances between them more than I can understand. But then sometimes I feel like years apart from people when I'm standing in a crowd, and imagination's easy to push out beyond the Magellanic Cloud. I wonder what they're thinking in Andromeda tonight. 'Cause I'm a tiny soul on a tiny world. If you look at it from space, it goes round, round the green and blue, despite the human race. But then some can decide at the speed of light that you have nothing to say. I wonder if there's someone who's just like me out beyond the Milky Way. And I wonder what they're thinking in Andromeda tonight. Wonder if they think like me. They gaze to the stars of Andromeda. Think about their closest galaxy. Yes, I wonder what they're thinking in Andromeda tonight. And I wonder if they think like me. I started out my career. One of the reasons I love Ann Arbor is my agent, Jim Fleming, is there, and I've been with him since the early days. He booked a guy called Stan Rogers that was a Canadian that I met on the road, and Stan let me open for him in the United States and introduced me to Mr. Wonderful Fleming. You are home of the best folk agency in the world, as far as I'm concerned. There, Fleming. But of course, so I toured with Stan Rogers. Those of you that don't know him, a wonderful writer, Canadian writer. He wrote all these amazing songs, and he had a capacity to write a song with a sing-along chorus like nobody else. But what I envied him the most for was all of his sea shanties. He had all these great songs. Mary Ellen Carter, rise again, you know, just like you want to just, I was told we cruise the seas for America, go, we fire no gun, shed no tears, I'm a broken man. And he had all these great songs that just made you want to like grab a beer and slam it on the table of some low-life bar in some port town. And I secretly was envious, and I realized I'm from the Prairies, which is about as far from the ocean as you could possibly get on this planet. And there's no ocean, north, south, east, west. We're as far from an ocean as you could possibly get. So even though I liked that genre, I couldn't really pull it off. You know, I just it's not, you know, wheat fields. That's what I could write about. I could write about wheat fields and big skies and Andromeda, but somehow I took that lovely little dream and left it in my heart and said, no, that is not going to be my lot, to write a lovely sea shanty. But fate is a wonderful thing, is it not? Imagination is a wonderful thing. And I was at the Folk Alliance, and I ran into a friend of mine who had just been dumped by her husband of 20 years, ran off with some accordion player or something. I was talking with her, maybe it was all the music and stuff, but all of a sudden, the penny dropped, and I realized there are many kinds of shipwrecks in this life. That's it. I am going to write a she shanty. Yes. So come on, you women whose hearts have been broken, throw rose petals down at your feet. So you will remember that every step forward is better than one in retreat. And come on, you women whose hearts have been broken, I'll feed you on peaches and cream. So you will remember things sweet in season. The rest may look good, but they're not as they seem. And oh, those who treated you badly, they did not deserve your time on this earth. And oh, those who toss you aside must have no idea what you're worth. So come on, you women whose hearts have been broken, I'll pour you a glass of good wine. So you will remember things in crushed. Things can get better with time. And come on, you women whose hearts have been broken, come sing a few songs round the fire. So you will remember that major or minor, solo, duet, you're still part of the choir. And oh, those who treated you badly, they did not deserve your time on this earth. And oh, those who toss you aside must have no idea what you're worth. 'Cause they're shallow and deep, crazy and sane. Ones you lose, ones you keep, ones that you love in vain. They're also nice at the start. It's a throw of the dice in our game of the heart. So come all you women whose hearts have been broken, come gather round all of your friends. So you will remember with each piece of chocolate, some good things last and some come to an end. And oh, those who treat, come sing with that, they did not deserve your time on this. Sing! And oh, those who toss you aside must have treated you badly. They did not deserve your time on this earth. And oh, those who toss you aside must have no idea what you're worth. God, they're shallow and deep, crazy and sane. You'll lose what you keep, what's that you love and fade. Also nice and disturbed, it's a throw of the dice in the game of the hearts of all you women whose hearts have been broken. Thank you. I dream of hearing that coming out of a bar someday in some lowly port town. That is my dream. Then I know I will have done my duty with my sea shanty or off of a boat. Be on a boat. Think about it. Oh, now, we mentioned earlier this is La Saint-Jean, Saint Jean-Baptiste, I guess, the Saint John the Baptist. It's a national holiday here in Quebec. It's considered Canada Day is not such a big deal in Quebec. They all move on Canada Day. It's very symbolic, I think, but we won't get into that. But this is the holiday. This is the one where everybody gets together. They're probably drinking on the balconies right now and in the backyards. They're having their beer. We hope you're doing the same. Sitting back, relaxing, listening to music. But we wanted to feature, because it is this special day, a song by one of the spectacular writers out of Quebec, Gilles Vigneault. This is a song that's been used as a kid's song, but it was not originally written as that. So I'm going to pass it over to Gabrielle and Alexis and Paul here to do it justice.
J'ai pour toi un lac, quelque part au monde, un beau lac tout bleu, comme un œil ouvert sur la nuit profonde, un cristal frileux, qui tremble à ton nom comme un tremble-feuille, aux brises d'automne et chansons d'hiver, si mire le temps, si meurt et si cueille, mes jours à l'endroit, mes nuits à l'envers. J'ai pour toi, j'ai pour toi.
Qui pose?
J'ai pour toi très loin une promenade sur un sable doux. Des milliers de pas, sans bruit, sans parade, vers on ne sait où.
You don't make a mistake with Gilles Vigneault.
Et les doigts du vent des saisons entières auront dessiné comme sur nos fronts les vagues du jour, fendues des croisières, les beaux naufragés que nous y ferons. J'ai pour toi des faits, et refait sans cesse des mille châteaux, avec des nuages qui pour ma princesse se feraient bateau, se feraient pommier, se feraient couronne, se feraient panier, plein de fruits merveilles, et moi je serai celui qui te donne la terre et la lune avec le soleil. J'ai pour toi l'amour quelque part au monde, ne la laisse pas se perdre à la ronde.
Ah, Gilles Mignon. I love that song. It's so beautiful. I was sort of, j'ai pour toi un lac. I have for you, I have a lake. It's just this beautiful, beautiful sentiment by Gilles Vigneault. And you don't kind of you don't kind of make up Gilles Vigneault. He's just, you wait till you got the lyric in your head and go for it because he's so perfect in every way. What do we got now?
Missing.
Oh, Gab, you have to come back up here. We have them doing double duty here. Everybody, it's a family thing. Everybody has to do some job here because that's just the time of the world it is right now. Canada has, this is a Canadian issue, at least this song was written about a Canadian issue, and it concerns missing and murdered Aboriginal women. Look it up if you want to think, and we are just now, Canada is in the throes of discovering how many children were missing in the residential schools, and this is all part of the same thing. So for us, this is part of what Canada is dealing with right now, an important thing for them to deal with. And something about when someone started collecting the names of the murdered and missing women, Aboriginal women in Canada, and when they came out with a statement of how many, it was so shocking it stopped me in my tracks. And that's what this song came out of. 1 gone, that's too many. 5 gone, way too many. 10 gone, way too many missing and gone. 20 gone, way too many. 50 gone, way too many. 100 gone, way too many missing and gone. Did they think you didn't matter, that you would not be missed? They didn't see the hearts shatter as they put you on that list. They didn't see them wondering what happened to you. Well, the wind knows and the moon knows and some son of a bitch knows too. 215, way too many. 500 gone, way too many. 1,000 gone, way too many missing and gone. Somewhere there's a desk with a file and a file with your face, held back by budget cuts or the will to act always. Somewhere's a detective that knows someone's got a clue, wondering why the story's on the back page when another case comes through. 1,200 gone, way too many. 1,500, way too many. 2,000 gone, that's way too many missing and gone. How many candles up on the hill, year after year? Way too many. How many people out on the streets who are not as they appear? Way too many. Now the ones who did this walking around thinking justice will not come, I hope they wake up screaming after dreaming of the sound of your mother's drum. 2001, way too many. 2002, way too many. 2003, way too many missing and gone. 2004, way too many. 2005, way too many. When will it stop? 'Cause it's way too many missing and gone. Too many missing and gone. Too many missing and gone. Thank you. Ooh.
You were there? Or? Oh.
No.
4 in the morning.
This is a song off the Everyday Moments album. And I sent it out to all the single moms who are. If I could give an Academy Award to single parents, I think they all deserve an award because they're doing such a hard job. With the lunches in the morning, fill the Tupperware with pie. Get the kids off to school with a kiss goodbye. All day long I'm working, God knows I try. When it's 4 in the morning, I cry.
want the kids to worry, not their fault, this you and I. The groceries, rent a movie, tell my friends I'm getting by. Read the bedtime story, comfort with a lullaby. When it's 4 in the morning, I cry. That's when I miss you, when my heart breaks away. That's when the strong woman leaves me and the weak woman stays. It's when the night is darkest, not a star in the sky. When it's 4 in the morning, I cry. I put away the memories in the attic way up high. There's a taped box of photographs labeled you and I. With the kids, the work, and everything, the time just fairly flies. When it's 4 in the morning, I cry. That's when I miss you, when my heart breaks away. That's when the strong woman leaves me and the weak woman stays. It's when the night is darkest, not a star in the sky. When it's 4 in the morning, I cry. That's when I miss you, when my heart breaks away. That's when the strong woman leaves me and the weak woman stays. It's when the night is darkest, not a star in the sky. When it's 4 in the morning, I cry. Thank you. Well, we've got time for just one more song. I did talk a little bit too much. Is there anybody giving any comments there? I know somebody from Taiwan. I'm pretty excited about that. Taipei. Toronto. Oh, that is probably one of the more spectacular pieces of land on this planet. Haida Gwaii is a series of islands that's up on the way to Alaska, for those of you that are American. I have had the privilege of visiting there. Of course, I had some wonderful hosts that made my stay there great. The Peter Zosky Group for Literacy, but it is a magical place. You know, when you're at some place and you're just thinking, oh, I can't believe I got to go to this place. Can't believe I'm here at this time in this spectacular, magical part of the world. That's what Haida Gwaii feels like. Of course, I'm from the Prairies, so ocean and boats are always so amazing to me. But I've seen a lot of ocean, and that place is magical. This is about a waitress in a Husky truck stop. I think I wrote it on a napkin. I have the napkin somewhere. Somewhere in Western Canada, Huskies are like a truck stop restaurant. We're not talking like Tim's or Burger King or any of those. No, this is the kind of restaurant where they have Jell-O and beverage that comes with your meal, so you can figure that one out. And you know, if you're a waitress there, you're making the toast and you're making the milkshakes and you're cutting the pie and putting it back in the shelf where it turns upside down. And nothing has changed since 1952 because that would be expensive. And the owner thinks if I worked in 1952, I can still keep working now. I worked in 1952 and I'm working now. And they have probably a jukebox that still has Patsy Cline on it. And actually, I once went into a place where no matter what you pushed, you got a country music. So you'd see you knew it was the owner's way of getting someone under 30 to pay for Patsy Cline in his restaurant. But if you're working there, you know you're making minimum wage because those farmers are such big tippers. There's an old joke from Saskatchewan. What's the difference between a canoe and a Canadian? Canoes tip. And they have the flipping clocks on the walls that are advertising septic tank cleaning while you're eating your soup. It's an experience. There's usually some baby items for sale and maybe little, the dipping birds, the dipping birds. What is it with the you can't get your toothpick on your own dipping bird. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Please sing along. I hope everybody feels comfortable enough to sing along with us wherever they are. Thank you. Taipei, I'm totally thrilled you're there. It just somehow made me feel like I've been intercontinental. And I want to thank my fabulous family band here, Gabriel Campagne, Alexis Campagne, and they have their own websites and their own fabulous music. Paul Campagne, who is with a group called Heart Rouge. We have a farm fest in Saskatchewan, and you can get all of that information all about me at my website and probably all about the rest of them too. If you buy her a dream, she'll follow you anywhere, any old rock stop this world might bring. She's a heart held down by this little town. She's looking to find a bird on a wing, bird on a wing, bird on a wing. She knows in her heart she's destined to fly like a bird on a wing. Ooh, bird on a wing. She's waiting for you to fly by. She makes a small hole in the frost on the window, and she's looking out past old familiar things. She lets her mind slip from the small change in the napkins. Her heart's looking up, her bird on a wing, bird on a wing, bird on a wing. She knows in her heart she's destined to fly like a bird on a wing. Ooh, bird on a wing. She's waiting for you to fly by. I want to thank Kurt and Emily and, of course, Anya from the Ark, the wonderful Ark, the legendary Ark in Ann Arbor, Michigan, for inviting us. And thanks so much for joining us, wherever you are. She stacks up the cups, counts out the few tips. She's humming a tune that a drifter might sing. She gets to thinking, oh, she's tired of waiting. Maybe she'll be her own bird on a wing, bird on a wing, bird on a wing. She knows destined to fly like a bird on the wing. Ooh, a bird on the wing. She's waiting for you to fly by. She's waiting for you to fly by. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for supporting original music. And we'll see you at the Ark sometime in the future. Thanks a lot for joining us. And the family. The rest of us in our living room. It's so nice to just invite you in here. I'd show you what we're doing, how we're renovating the bathroom, but it would just be too hard. You have to come back when it's done.